have got to be proud of that effort. Seriously,
Very
that's
proud.
fabulous.
Very proud of that effort. I believe that, you know, we knew we were up for a tall order.
Yeah.
You know, you had us as 31-point underdogs.
that?
I'm like, yeah, we were 31-point underdogs, and we talked
On the
about
Reinhart
that. You know,
line.
there's nothing about being a dog. I mean, it's okay. You know, in life, you're going to have that. So you just rally to the occasion. You know, the one thing we talked about was taking the next step this week.
Okay.
We felt like our week 2 was cut short with all the flooding and stuff that we had. We really didn't even get on the field. The last time we'd been on our field was Thursday before Hamburg.
Wow.
So we didn't even get on a game field or get any special teams work done. We went into Pine Grove.
Okay.
Kids did a good job. I mean, we had some voluntary practices with only a skeleton crew here.
Okay.
But we really didn't get a good solid week 2. And you always talk about the first week to second week improvement.
Sure.
Well, this was our second week. And I talked about next step, that we have eyes in front of our heads, not behind, to keep going forward. And we talked about that a lot. You know, we talked about on defense, alignment, assignment, and tackling, which has been our plagues, that we've been misaligned. And the big plays that they had tonight, we were just misaligned. You know, all correctable things with a young football team that's still learning on the job.
Sure.
You know, offensively, execution has been a plague. You know, how many times we were in the red zone and we came up empty-handed tonight?
Do you just not freak out when you look at their numbers? Did you show them the numbers coming in about the points and the passing?
We showed them the film. We just showed them, you know, just stay alignment, assignment. Let them catch the football in front of us.
Okay.
Make the tackle, which has been the plague. You know, we had 22 stops in the backfield, or 22 hits against Pine Grove in the backfield that they ran out of.
Wow.
Which maybe changes the complexion of the game a little bit. Ifs and buts, right? You know.
Certainly.
But we were right there. And we're not a bad football team, you know, so we needed to continue to improve.
Sure.
So.
And you did a great job, not only scoring, but hogging the clock.
Well, that was the other thing.
You had to do that with these guys.
We had to be a ball control offense, which we talked about execution. You know, we tried to formation them a little bit and runs, keep mixing it up. And I think that worked to our advantage. You know, hats off to those guys over there. You know, Jerry and I are great friends. Carl Lick and I are great friends. And, you know, and it is a heated rivalry. For that 1 week out of the year, we don't have to like each other.
Sure.
You know,
Next week will be buds again. That's
but the autism game, I mean, it's kind of neat to see Austin and Colby come out for the coin toss. And, you know, they might never remember it, but the fact that they're here right now, they kind of all struck. And that's what it's all about sometimes, too. So, and Piles and Troutman, I've worked with those guys with Jerry at SVS for a long time. And I love those kids, and I told them that, you know.
But they threw 4 picks tonight, so are you okay with that?
If they want to be that generous, thank you. I guess I owe them a Christmas gift, huh? Send them some isotoner gloves or something. Was that Dan Marino?
Seriously, but you got to do that. You got to pick them. I mean, they just been throwing touchdowns and picking people off.
Well, that's what we said. What we saw in the film was that they were making some great plays.
Yeah.
Like the one pass they had down the sideline over here against number 6. He was in perfect coverage. They just made great plays. Their kids were making plays.
Right.
And I said, we can let them make plays. We can't get discouraged. We can't quit.
Yeah.
And then we got to get right back in assignment, alignment, tackle.
Sure. Simple as that.
Well, it's fundamental football, which we lacked in the fundamentals on Monday. And we really hammered that home about the next step, that this was the key to us taking the big step that we needed to.
Did you think when you finally kicked it up to a 2-possession game, did you exhale a little bit? Or, I mean, they had a 1-play drive for a touchdown. They had
no. I was with their explosive ability.
Yeah.
My goal was to, you know, when we got that down to 120, I thought maybe I could breathe a little bit. But up until then, I wasn't breathing very well.
Camp's pick 6 was nice.
Yeah.
Did that kind of break the back a little bit? That was an awesome play.
I thought so. You know, and our kids stayed the course and played disciplined football too.
You are literally learning on the go here with some of these guys, are you not?
Oh my gosh, we have Cameron, who's only a second-year player. Yeah. Anthony's a first-year guy. Yeah. Quarterback and corner, you're putting him in 2 key positions.
Yeah.
You know, you look at our offensive line, the only guy that's back is Skylar Harding. I got a true freshman playing at right tackle, and he never played a day of football before until this year.
Wow.
You know, so we're learning on the job. We're going to get a kid back from injury that's going to be real helpful to us. We lost him on both. He was a really good D lineman, O lineman on both sides of the ball. So we're hoping to get him back next week.
Okay.
And with the walk-on program I talked to you about, so we got some numbers. So I like to think that we're turning the corner, but now we got to continue to keep working hard to eliminate some of the mistakes we're making.
Sure. How big is this for psyche, for attitude, for momentum? I mean, all of that. I mean, you got to love this.
Well, we had a team breakfast this morning. The kids like to do breakfast.
Okay.
We like to do breakfast, you know, and we had 30-some kids at breakfast this morning, and we're just sitting around, and it was just me and them. The coaches were working on stuff for next week already, so we could take the day off tomorrow. And just talking to them, you know, it's that ultimately now it's about them and us, and there's not much we can do for them at this point. That they have to go out and do it. And again, it's all part of those teachable moments that we talk about so often.
Sure.
So I'm pretty pumped up. I'm pretty proud of them. Really am proud of them. It's one of my prouder moments in 14 years here. I've had a lot of them.
You have, yeah.
But this group of kids, and for never been notoriously known for football and always had low numbers and just we're going to play. They're going to play and we'll do our very best.
Sure.